Huawei, proud sponsor of TechBusters.
Well, let's do, a lot of you have asked us for a comparison review, and let's take a look at the Mate 7, the Huawei Mate 7, which I'm holding in my hand. You know, we often talk about different devices. We've reviewed the LG G3, the Sony Galaxy Note 4 in the studio, the iPhone 6, for example, and this range of device, which is like a phablet range. We call it a phablet. It's like this between a 5.5 inch and a...
But it's only us who calls it the phablet. Someone else has got to come up with their own name.
Well, exactly. Nobody else is allowed to use it. So a lot of you are saying, well, how does this compare to the G3? How does it compare to the iPhone 6? How does it compare to the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, for example? Well, the Huawei Mate 7 really compares pretty well to these devices, and we'll tell you why. Firstly, on price, it is much cheaper than their competitors. And if you look at the build quality, I mean, Toby and I have often compared the build quality. It's got a premium metal finish around it. The camera, I would say the camera is probably better on the Sony device and on the Samsung device, but marginally better. But with this device, the Huawei Mate 7 really excels is in the battery. It's got a 4,100 milliamp hour battery, which means that it's a lot more powerful than the competitors in the market, and it means that you'll get a lot more battery life. For Toby's sake, it's got a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, which means for you take a lot better selfies, you know, because you're the selfie king. You're the selfie king.
Yeah.
What else do I like about this? It's got two SIM slots over here, so you can do a dual SIM.
I think that is
plus
just, it's great.
Yeah,
I mean, dual SIMs are just so useful.
But the one can be used as an SD card as well. But essentially, you know, the other devices are just as great. I think they are premium devices in their own right.
I think the comparison to the LG comes about because they both have their buttons on the back of the screen there. And so you can see, you know, that's where you turn it off on. And that's a fingerprint reader, though, additionally.
Yes.
Also similarly sized screen, similarly sized resolution of the screen. And then, of course, the other one that's often compared to it is the iPhone 6 Plus with the 5.5 inch
the size
screen as opposed to the 6. You can see the overall screen size on the Huawei is bigger. The devices are pretty similarly sized, and they have a very similar feel of quality. You know, I know I've quite.
In fact, one of our colleagues here at CNBC Africa was just bought one on a contract, and she said she couldn't believe the price of this device. And what it costs over 24 months. So great build quality, I must say. And again, you know, it's like buying a car. You know, you find that, you know, BMWs are priced different to Mercedes-Benzes and different to Audis and different to Toyotas. I don't know if it's fair to say what kind of car each of these phones would be, but each of these cars have their own unique features in their own special way. We think that on the Huawei Mate 7, you're really getting good value for money for the kind of specs that you're getting on the phone. But some of the other phones, like the iPhone 6 Plus, for example, it kind of edges it a little bit over in terms of points scored, just simply because of the build quality and just overall experience that you get from the device.